Hello, peace seekers. This is Saniqua White popping in to give you a piece of my mind that will hopefully give you some peace of mind. And today I want to talk to you about some good self-care habits for yourself. Now, I'm going to give you 5 that I like, but of course there are many more. But if you've not started taking good care of yourself, these are 5 that you might want to think about starting with. Number 1 is physical activity and rest. And I know those may sound like opposites, but they're really not. You want to be active because that will also help you get rest. If you're always laying around resting, then your body is not activated and you're going to be laying around, but you're not necessarily going to be rejuvenated once you get up. So getting the optimal amount of physical activity for you, not everybody is the same, but for you, as well as the optimal amount of rest, is going to be really good for your self-care and especially good for your mental health. Number 2 is going to be your eating habits. Now, I know we don't like the D word, diet, but I'm going to talk about it in terms of nutrition. What you put in your body does have an effect on your mental health. It could make you sluggish in your body, so now you don't feel like doing anything. And the more you don't feel like doing anything, the worse your mental health can get. So be aware, be mindful about what you're putting into your body because it does affect you. Okay, so number 3 is engaging your coping strategies on a regular basis. So make sure, first of all, that you have some coping strategies in place and that your coping strategies are in the positive category. And those are things that are not, they are habit forming in a good way, but not addictions, not anything that's going to lead to issues. So when I think about positive, I think about hobbies or physical activity. So swimming, riding your bike, walking, painting, singing, art classes, music, things like that you can do on a regular, consistent basis that are not going to cause any physical harm to you or mental harm to you or anyone else around you. Those are positive or healthy coping strategies. So for self-care, you want to make sure that you're engaging those coping strategies on a fairly regular basis. And when I mean regular, what I'm saying is at least once a week. I don't want to set you up for failure by saying 3 times, but if you can get it up to 3 times a week, perfect. So the number 4 top self-care habit for me would be to protect your peace. What do I mean by protecting your peace? Well, one way you can do that is by setting boundaries and maintaining the boundaries and also giving out the consequence when that boundary or if that boundary is crossed. So protecting your peace has more to do with not trying to change somebody else's behavior or make them do what you want them to do, because that causes more stress to try to get people to do what you want them to do. So protecting your peace is more about them not being able to get inside of your bubble with whatever it is that they're doing. So setting strong boundaries and protecting your peace are good self-care habits. And the 5th one that I'm going to give you today is a huge one, especially if you're a people pleaser. It is saying no. You are going to have to learn how to say no and be okay with it and not allow people to make you feel bad or feel guilty or feel ashamed or whatever the case may be, or you feeling like someone isn't going to like you or they're going to be disappointed in you. Hey, guess what? Someone is always going to be disappointed because you can't please everyone, and you're going to wear yourself out if you're trying to do that. So taking good care of yourself means learning to say no, because if you're saying no to someone else, then that means you're saying yes to yourself. So I'm not saying that you need to start just saying no to everybody just because. What I'm saying is think about saying yes to yourself, meaning that you're going to have to say no to someone else. Okay, so those are my top self-care habits. Of course, again, there are many more that you can choose from and research on, but my top 5 are: number 1, being considerate of your physical activity and your rest, and making sure you're getting the optimal amount of both for yourself. Number two, your eating habits, your nutrition. What are you putting into your body? Make sure that you're fueling yourself in a great way and not feeding yourself something that's going to make you sluggish and slow you down and cause issues. Number three is making sure that you engage your positive and healthy coping strategies on a regular basis. And remember, those are habit forming, which is a good thing, but not addictive. Okay. Number four is going to be protecting your peace. And what that may involve is you strengthening your boundaries or actually setting some boundaries. And remember, this is not to make someone else do what you want them to do. This is to keep someone else's stuff from infringing and impinging on your life. And number five is learning to say no. And not just saying no just to say it, meaning saying yes to yourself means you have to say no to someone else. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. I'll be back soon with more. Until then, be proactive about your mental health. Be well, and God bless.